Yep. Welcome to another weekly edition of our Best Way to Smoke News. You know that news that you can't refuse. Yep, and it's being sponsored by that glue guard. So if you're messing with these backwoods, cackwoods, all that, you know what I'm saying? No drip lip.
No drip left.
Yep, and this news is being presented to you by Serpo Jr.
Big J.
Yep, Ohio cannabis related regulators last week issued fines totaling over 200,000. Sheesh. Why though?
Get that bread.
Why oh why? The Ohio Division of Cannabis Control, DCC, last week issued fines totaling $212,000 against five licensed. I said that right. Against five licensed cannabis companies for allegedly violating the industry's advertising regulations, according to a Cleveland report. Uh, the alleged allegations included the use of improper signage at dispensary locations, inappropriate social media posts, and in one case, offering free food and beverages from an ice cream truck. Like, come on, bruh. You just in the community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't give out free shit.
Right.
But in July, regulators set strict advertising rules for the industry's launch prohibiting ribbon cuttings, celebratory decor, and product displays outside the dispensaries. Regulators also prohibited on-site consumption, product samples, and the hosting of music or food trucks outside of dispensaries. Now, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's like, come on, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. You know what I mean? But it's like that goes to what we always be saying. Forget the reschedule, deschedule.
Yeah.
Because without this deschedule it, you know what I'm saying? We can advertise whichever way we want to. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like, come on, it like what, an Instagram post, maybe a Facebook post, or whatever it may be. You trying to bring some social media stuff to the bit, like,
to attract business, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So out there in Ohio, man, it's like, come on, let's get it together.
It's worse though. They can't even do it in their own retail store. I mean, support small business or don't.
Right.
Make no sense.
That's what I'm saying. Let's get it together. And I'm saying let's get it together. I'm from California, but y'all Ohio. This cannabis is what's bringing us together.
Yep.
Let's get it together. You know what I'm saying? Do our research, present our research, and let's get it straight. Because we should be able to function and communitize. You know what I'm saying? With our own.
Facts.
And that's just the bottom line.
Man, moving on. Kamala Harris, the first major president candidate to back marijuana legalization. For real? For real? Man. In 2010, when she was San Francisco's district attorney, Harris urged voters to reject a proposed ballot initiative to legalize the adult use marijuana market. At that time, Harris' position aligned with that of most California voters, 54% of whom ultimately decided against the measure. But not long after, Harris and most Americans changed their stance. So I'm just real quick, should we accept that? Because it's a lot of other people that changed their stance on weed, on cannabis. So should we accept that? Do we give her the benefit of the doubt and believe it?
If she wrote it and not somebody in her team wrote it for her.
Okay, in 2016, California's reversed course on past Proposition 64, legalizing marijuana statewide. And in 2019, Harris, then California's junior U.S. senator, sponsored legislation to end the federal prohibition of cannabis. That same year, Gallup pollsters reported that some 2/3 of Americans believe that the use of marijuana should be legal, up from 46% in 2016. Today, public support for legalization stands at 70% and is going to grow. Believe that. As Vice President Harris has repeatedly stated that Americans should not be incarcerated for marijuana use. She's championed the Biden administration's effort to pardon low-level marijuana offenders and to loosen certain federal cannabis restrictions. Now, me personally, I've been saying this for a long time, since they've been in office, because part of their campaign when they was running was that we're going to legalize, we're going to decriminalize marijuana once we get in office. It still hasn't happened yet, though. With all this
4
support
years
and all
later.
right, with all this support and all these people for it, what's the hold up? You know what I'm saying? What's the hold up? But just be aware and
Yeah, and that smile is very deceiving, y'all.
man.
Legal battles are delaying Alabama's medical cannabis rollout. Why is that? Some people are in limbo. Companies awarded medical cannabis licenses in Alabama are seeking a court order to allow them to begin operations, according to an AL report. The bid is supported by the Alabama Medical Cannabis Commission, the AMCC, which has attempted 3 times since June of 2023 to award the licenses, but lawsuits have hampered the process. Lost in the interminable medical cannabis litigation are the thousands of patients for whom the Compassion Act was enacted. Now, the Compassion Act, you know what I'm saying, is out here for the Alabamians. That's what I'm going to say, the Alabamians. I don't know if that's a true word or not, but right here it is.
It is now.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, whatever this Compassion Act is in detail, you can check that out. You know what I'm saying? Via the AL, which is the Alabama.com little news.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can get deep up into it. I'm from California. I didn't get all the way into it. I'm just bringing it to you here. And the source, you can find it in Alabama.al.com.
Tap in.
Yep.
We from California, though. California lawmakers approve bill to prevent double taxation on marijuana by local governments. That's a good one right there. California lawmakers have given final approval on a bill to prevent what advocates call the double taxation of marijuana by restricting the ability of local governments to calculate their cannabis levies after state taxes are already applied. The legislation sponsors says if the proposal is signed into law, it will end what he calls the collection of tax on tax, which is some bullshit. On Thursday, the Assembly anonymously passed the legislation from Senator Stephen Bradford, Democrat, in a 75-0 vote. Man, that says a lot. It would make it so state taxes that marijuana businesses pay wouldn't be included in the calculus of how localities determined their own local cannabis taxes. California NormL is encouraging Governor Newsom to sign the measure urging that marijuana is already heavily overtaxed relative to comparable goods in California, man. That's a good move, man. And shout out to Norm L. Because they've been in the fight for a long time. You know what I mean?
Real talk. Shout out to Normel though. I'm used to saying it just like Normel.
Yep.
That's just how it's spelled.
Yep, Normel.
Ooh, shouts out, bro.
Yeah.
Man, you know, like today's age, it's like everybody is on this delivery type stuff.
Yep.
But monthly cannabis, sheesh. Monthly cannabis box delivery coming soon to Denver. Shouts out to Denver. Y'all know I done been to Denver a few times, messing with the shops out there, this, that, and the other. But Green Door boxes are filled with flour, edibles, pre-rolls, and other licensed cannabis product sold at dispensaries, as well as deluxe foods, swag, and smoking accessories. Whether you want coffee, cosmetics, cured meats, there's likely a subscription service that will deliver a box of those desired items to your doorstep once a month. Yes, it is. In my house, we have everything on subscription. Razors, food, everything comes in a box nowadays. Damian Brooks says, everything but cannabis. Some spots, I don't know, the legal spots, they do deliver, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can get some, like, delivered right to your doorstep with ease. But we don't know if this is, like, actually out there in Denver just yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, they be trailblazing on some things. Shouts out again to y'all cannabis community.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But for every month, you pay a certain subscription. you can go out get whatever flower you want from the shops, but just every month you just get a surprise of just like new products,
New different stuff.
You know what I'm saying? These new growers just did this, did that,
Right.
right at your doorstep.
That's dope.
In Denver, and that's your Circle Junior.
Big J.
Baby.